हेलो एवरीवन। आप सभी लोगों के एग्जाम्स स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं एंड यू ऑल नीड टू रिवाइज दिस सिलेबस। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू रिवाइज heating effect of electric current of chapter electric. So the topic is heating effect of electric current. What is this heating effect? When we talk about heating effect, some of the things come in our mind, like these CFLs, these bulbs, and the heater, and again there is a bulb, but several other things like the geyser, electric iron, electric kettle. These all appliances are based on heating effect of electric current. So what is this heating effect is? Heating of resistors because of flow of electrical energy is known as heating effect of electric current. Means जब हम किसी कंडक्टिंग वायर और एनी रेजिस्टर अगर हम करंट पास करते हैं तो जो रेजिस्टर है वो हीट अप हो जाता है एंड समटाइम द हीट इंक्रीजेस सो मच that it start to glow, means that heat energy converted into light energy. Now when we talk about the cause of heating effect, the cause of heating effect is, first we just read this. When an electric current is passed through a conductor, it generates heat due to resistance caused by the conductor to the flowing current. The work done in overcoming the hindrance or the resistance to the current generates heat in the conductor. So this is the reason we can write for uh, producing current or for heating up of the resistors. But we'll try to understand it in a different manner. I have made a figure for you all. In this you can see the electrons are flowing. These arrows are showing flow of electrons in a circuit. Here is a battery, there is a plug key, and these arrows are showing flow of current. And we all know that the direction of flow of current is always opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. So here the electrons are flowing in this direction, and in that case the current will flow in. So when the current flows in through this resistor, the color of this becomes red hot. So here now these arrows which are showing moving from uh, left to right side, and the current will flow from right to left. So how the when the current flows through this resistor or any conductor, here how this becomes hot or how this start to produce heat? The reason behind it, the electrons are flowing through this conducting wire. There are so many other particles like ions, like the atoms are present inside this inside this conductor, and the electrons, when the electrons are passing through this conductor or this resistor, electrons need to push these all atoms or ions to move in forward direction, and because of that the energy of the electrons transfer to these ions or atoms, and they start to vibrate, and the vibration of these particles is responsible for heating above that wire. So the work done by these electrons to move in forward direction gets changed into kinetic energy of these particles, and that kinetic energy of the particles or the atoms or the ions present inside the resistor changes into heat energy. So this is how heat is produced in a wire, and how much the resistance will be there. Resistance means the number of particles, actually the particle arrangement is such that the electron, it becomes difficult for electrons to move in forward direction. But since we have created a potential difference here, the electrons have to move, and to move in forward direction they need to push the particles inside, and when they push the particles they transfer their energy to the particles inside and they start to vibrate. That vibration, or when they start to vibrate they gain kinetic energy, and then that kinetic energy change into heat energy. So this is how heat energy is produced. Now move forward. Here it is shown when we pass current through this conducting wire, the resistor, it becomes red hot. In case of bulb, in case of electric heater, in case of any heating appliance, the same thing happens. Here just an example how the heat is produced in a resistor. So it depends on the heat produced, actually depends on the kind of resistor we are using. If it is an alloy, it will produce a lot of amount of heat. If it is if it's not an alloy, then it will produce less amount of heat. So it all depends on uh, the type of resistor we are using. Now we understand heating effect of electric current mathematically. As we all know, the work done by the current or the charge or by the electrons, that gets converted into heat. So we have a formula. In the beginning of the chapter we have discussed this. We know it, V equals to W over Q. This is the formula of potential difference. So from here we can derive one formula, W equals to V into Q. Now as we know the work gets converted into heat, so in place of this W you can write H equals to V into Q. Since charge Q equal to I into T, so replace here H equals to V, in place of Q we will write I into T, so we'll have a formula heat H equals to V into I into T. So this is one formula, you can say we have got H equals to V into I into T. Now other formula we can also derive from it by replacing the V, I. Okay, in place of this we will use Ohm's law and we replace these values, so we'll get new formula. Like if we write, if V equals to, or you can say, or you take I equals to V upon R by using Ohm's law, H will be now V into, in place of I it is V upon R into T. So the formula we have H equals to V square upon R into T, where V potential difference, R resistance, and T time for which the current is passed. Now one more formula we can derive from it, like just put the value, change the value of V here. Now if V equals to, in place of V we will put IR. This is again by using Ohm's law. H will be now IR into I into T, so it will be I square RT, I square RT. So the heat produced, the one more formula for the heat produced, it H equals to I square RT, where I is current, R is resistance, and T the time for which current is passed. So this H equals to I square RT, this formula is called Joule's law of heating. Actually this relation is given by a scientist. And what is this relation? The heating effect of current. In this, the heating effect of current was studied experimentally in, just look at this. The heating effect of current was studied experimentally by Joule in 1941. After doing his experiments, he concluded that the heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to the product of square of current, resistance of the conductor, and the time t for which the current is passed. So we can conclude this formula. Actually, in an examination, this is asked, what is Joule's law of heating? So we have to explain this in examination also. First, we'll write the definition. What you will write, according to Joule's law of heating, the heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to the product of square of current and resistance of the conductor and the time t for which the current is passed. This is the definition. So in simple words, we can say heat produced in a wire is directly proportional to square of current. Heat produced in a wire is directly proportional to the resistance of the wire. And third, heat produced in a wire is directly proportional to the time for which current is passed. So in simple words, you can explain, in your own words, you can explain also the Joule's law of heating. So if you know this, if you will learn this part, then you will get the definition. You will learn the definition easily. Heat produced is directly proportional to the square of current. Heat produced is directly proportional to the resistance, and heat produced is directly proportional to the time. Okay, so now we do a quick numerical based on this topic. What is the numerical given? An electric iron of resistance 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. Calculate the heat developed in 30 seconds. So to solve this numerical, first of all, we will write whatever the values are given. So whenever we solve a numerical, we do this first. We write the values given and what to find out, and we apply the formula, required formula. So in an electric iron, resistance of 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. What is given first? R, resistance is 20 ohm, takes a current of 5 ampere. I, current equals to 5 ampere. Calculate the heat developed in 30 seconds. So time is 30 seconds and you have to find out the heat developed means H to find out. So I think when we see all these values H, R, I and T, a single formula that comes in our mind is H equals to I square R T, Joule's law of heating. So directly we can calculate it. H equals to I square means this is 5 square into R is 20 and the time is 30. So it will be 25 into 600 and 150, 15,000 joules, or you can write it H equals to 15 kilojoule, or you can leave it here, but if you write it 15 kilojoule, that is better. Okay, so this is the first question, and now we try one more type of question related to this topic. What is given? 100 joule of heat is produced each second in a 4 ohm resistance. Find the potential difference across the resistor. What is given? So first of all, we write what is given. The value is given, value you will write, and then you will apply the formula. Now what is there? 100 joule of heat is produced each second in a 4 ohm resistance. So what is given first? H equals to 100 joule. Each second means 1 second. The time is given 1 second. It is not numerically given, means it is not given in form of number 2 second, 3 second. It is just written each second. So here we'll write time in place of each second. It is 1 second and the resistance is 4 ohm. Resistance 4 ohm. Now we can do it. We have to find out potential difference. V we have to find out. Now we have H, we have T, we have R, we have V. I we are not having, and we no need to we have not to find out the I also, we have to find out V. So when we have to use all these values, the one formula that we can use directly, actually we have drawn 2-3 formulae of heat produced, and that's why it will help us to solve a question directly. Otherwise we have to find out, पहले हमें एक दूसरी वैल्यू मालूम करनी पड़ती, फिर हम indirectly इस वैल्यू को मालूम कर पाते. But when we know the formula directly, so we'll apply that one. So H equals to, I think you all remember that formula, H equal to V square upon R into T. So H is now, V square is to find out, okay. So time T is 1 and R is 4. We put the value of heat also in place of H, we put 100 V square upon 4. So it will become V square equals to 400, and then V equals to under root 400, and then we'll get 20, and the unit will be volt. This is the answer. So this is all about the heating effect of electric current and some numericals we have. Okay, now we talk about practical applications of heating effect. So when we talk about the practical application of heating effect, it means the appliances which we use in our day-to-day life, or where the electrical energy changes into heat energy, are practical applications of heating effect. So here we can see this electric bulb, CFL is there, tube light is there, or fluorescent tube that is called, and the secondly we have this electric iron, and third we have this electric heater. These all are the devices, and many more devices, but here we have taken only these three. And you can see these all come in the category of electric bulb, though their working is different, but still they all are lighting, used for lighting. That's why we are taking that all together. And this electric iron in this also, and this heater also. Okay, so these all the appliances are using electric current and converting it into heat. So in electric bulb, what happens? In an electric bulb, the filament of bulb gives light because of heating effect of electricity. The filament of bulb is generally made up of tungsten metal having melting point equal to 3800 degrees Celsius. The point you have to note down, the melting point of tungsten is 3380 degrees Celsius, means at that much temperature it melts. Before that, or the temperature less than this, it will remain intact. So that's why we use tungsten as a filament in electric bulb. Though tungsten is not an alloy, it's just simply a metal, but still we use as a filament in electric bulbs, because we make it so thin so it gains a lots of resistance, and it becomes when we pass current through it, it becomes red hot, and that it start to generate, it start to produce light, means that heat energy is now start to change in light energy. Now the second is electric iron. The element of electric iron is made up of alloy, means mainly it is made up of nichrome, having high melting point. Electric heater and electric geyser work on the same mechanism. Even the electric iron, it works on the same mechanism. Okay. Now the next is electric fuse. The other application is in examination, it comes the application of heating effect of electric current. So you have three different type of devices. First we have taken electric bulb, second we have taken electric iron or electric heater or geyser, and now the third type of device that is based on electric heating effect of electric current, that is electric fuse. And what is electric fuse? You must have seen the MCBs fitted in your house, or somewhere the electric fuse also you must have seen. But electric fuse is basically a safety device. It has no other work with the working of any appliance. It just protects the circuit. In any case, if large amount of current flows, which is not desirable, more than the desired amount, the current flows in the circuit, these fuse wires or the fuses or the MCBs, they uh, cut the circuit, they detach the circuit and stop the flow of current, and because of that your appliances or your electric circuit remains safe. Okay, it doesn't get damaged. So here we take some different types of electric fuses we have. This is MCB, you can see, and here the older type of electric fuse, and here it can say the gray colored wire is fitted. Okay, and other type of fuses which is used in your televisions and some small appliances that capacity, mostly it has the capacity of 5 ampere only, more 5 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere or 7, 8 amperes. And here the third type of fuses are now, it is called MCB, miniature circuit breakers. These are used nowadays to protect the circuit. Wherever your AC is fitted, there you can see MCB is fitted with the circuit. This MCB miniature circuit breaker, somehow, if in any condition or accidentally, if more amount of current flows in the circuit, this MCB trips down and protects the circuit. So now we read about the electric fuse. Electric fuse is used to protect the electric appliances or circuit from high voltage or sudden high current flow in the circuit. Electric fuse is made up of metal or alloy of metals. या तो हम वैसे normally we don't make fuse wires where how you can see here the fuse wire tin. Okay, but sometimes we can also make it from the metals also, but we have to take it thin. The only property you have to keep in mind that the fuse should have high resistivity than the circuit wire. It should have high resistivity than the circuit wire and low melting point. High resistivity and low melting point than the circuit wire. This should be the property of an electric fuse: high resistivity and low melting point than the circuit wire. So because why we keep this way? Because if the current flows more than the capacity of the circuit, before melting the circuit or before getting the circuit damaged, this fuse wire will break. यहाँ से ऐसे करके break हो जाएगा. Fuse wire will break and stop the current to flow further, and this way it will fuse up from, जैसे ये दिखा रखा है यहाँ पे वायर बिल्कुल टूट गया है इसके अंदर का, तो क्या होगा, उससे आगे करंट फ्लो ही नहीं होगा, क्योंकि जो ये हमेशा फ्यूज वायर के कनेक्टिविटी आपने प्रीवियस चैप्टर में पढ़ा हुआ है. फ्यूज वायर इज ऑलवेज कनेक्टेड विद लाइव वायर इन सीरीज. दिस इज अ लाइव वायर and through which current flows in our houses. तो यहाँ पर ऐसे fuse ऐसे करके लगा है, and when sometime when the current flows more than the capacity, this breaks from here and stop the current to flow in inward direction. ठीक है, एंड इससे हमारा जो सर्किट है वो क्या रहता है, सेफ रहता है आगे, और हमारे जो अप्लायंस है वो भी प्रोटेक्टेड है. जो फ्यूज वायर है डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कैपेसिटीज का हम यूज करते हैं, जैसे 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, 5 ampere, 10 ampere, or much more than that. Okay, 15 ampere also with your AC air conditioners. It may be of 20 amperes or 25 amperes. And when you go to your main where the meter is fitted, there must be a fuse. Okay, MCB is fitted, and that will be of capacity around 40 to 65 amperes or 40 amperes. These are the capacities of fuse wire which we use with the mains at the mains. Okay, or at the place where our whole circuit is assembled, where the main meter is fitted, you can say there we use a fuse also, that is for safety, and that MCB is having a capacity of 65 ampere to. Now we have topic electric power. So what is electric power? The rate at which electric work is done by an electrical appliance is called its power. Means suppose any electrical appliance uses more amount of electric current, requires more amount of electric current to work, or does more amount of work, that will have more power than the other appliance which is doing less amount of work. So if we derive the formula of electric power mathematically, we can say electric power P equals to work done upon time, because rate of doing work is the same thing. But here it's not a physical work, it's an electrical work, because we are calculating it for a machine. Okay, the power of the machine, that machine is using current and doing work. In that terms we have to calculate the power. So here we'll take electrical work and the time in seconds we'll take. So we will do it. Power P equals to, now work done we always take, that is W, time is T. In place of W, as we know the formula, W equals to V into Q, where V is potential difference and Q is a charge. So here we apply the same one. W equals to V into Q upon T. Now we replace Q into IT, then it will become V into I into T, and this divided by T, and it will cancel. So we'll get a formula P equals to VI. This is the first formula of power we have got, and very important one, because when we solve numericals, this will be very useful formula, very simple one it is. Now another formula of power, from here we can derive the other formula also. So we replace the value of voltage or current. We can replace any value, we can replace V, we can replace I. So let's see what happens when we replace these two. I just draw a line here. In place of P, V you can say it is IR. In place of V equal to IR, using Ohm's law, you can write IR, and the I is already there. So the another formula for power equals to I square R. So this is one more formula. And now when we replace I, P equals to VI. So V, and in place of I, V upon R, and then we get a formula P equals to V square over R. This is the third formula of power. You have to learn actually these all formulae, because when you solve numerical you need to apply them directly. Otherwise you have to find out, you have to solve the numerical indirectly by finding out several values, then you will get the final one. Here you can apply the formula directly if you know the formula, all the form. Okay, now the unit. SI unit of power is watt. Okay, WATT, and we can write it watt. And some other units are kilowatt and megawatt. You already know kilowatt, that is 10 power 3 watt, and megawatt, that is 10 power 6 watt. Okay, in examination this is the formula you learn. Numerical based on this can come in your exam, but sometime the definition of unit of power, it can be asked define unit of power. It can be asked what is 1 watt of power, define 1 watt. So in any term it can be asked. If it is asked define the unit of power, that time also you have to write the definition of watt. So 1 watt. 1 watt equals to, you can say, if we say 1 watt, if you write here 1 volt, and you can write 1 joule here, and time is 1 second, that time also you get the unit of power. So if any appliance does or uses 1 joule of energy in 1 second, then its power is 1 watt. So definition you can learn, you can read it from the book. If any appliance uses 1 joule of energy in 1 second, then its power is 1 watt. Or does 1 joule of work in 1 second, then its power is 1 watt. Okay, or you can write in terms of this also. If the power of an appliance is said to be 1 watt if 1 ampere of current flows through it, when the potential difference between the terminals is 1 volt. The power of an appliance is said to be 1 watt if 1 ampere of current flows through it when the potential difference between the terminals is 1 volt. So this is also a definition we can write for 1 watt. Okay, now we move to the next topic, that is commercial unit of electrical energy. And this topic already you have done in junior sections. Commercial unit of electrical energy. What is the commercial unit of electrical energy? That is kilowatt hour. Okay, that you already know. The commercial unit of electrical energy is kilowatt hour. In this unit, the energy is sold. Okay, this is not a unit of, since it is using kilowatt, but it is not a unit of power, it's a unit of energy. Okay, so 1 kilowatt hour, sometimes it is asked in the question, convert 1 kilowatt hour into joules. So how to convert 1 kilowatt hour into joules? 1 kilowatt hour equals to 1000 watt into 1 hour. 1000 watt simply there, and 1 hour equals to 60 into 60 seconds. Okay, this is what. In place of 1000, in place of watt we can write you can 60 into 60, and in place of this watt you can write joule per second, and the second gets cancelled by second. You will get 36 and 0 1 2 3 4 5 zeros are there. Finally you will get the answer 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. Okay, 1 kilowatt. Okay, so simple. Now you can, okay, in examination this can be asked directly as a 1 marker question, as an MCQ, or it can be asked to calculate. Both the way it can come. Now we do one numerical from your NCERT book based on this commercial unit of electric energy. So to calculate the energy consumed, we have a formula E equals to N into P into T, where N इस नंबर, कोई भी अप्लायंस कितनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम करेगा उसका फॉर्मूला है ये E इक्वल्स टू N इंटू P इंटू T, जहाँ पे N है नंबर ऑफ अप्लायंसेस, P है उस अप्लायंसेस की पावर, and T is the time for which the current is flow or that appliance is used. So here in this question the power is given 400 watt and time is given 8 hours. Okay, and you have to calculate for 30 days the energy consumed in 30 days and the cost at rupees 3 per kilowatt hour. So what we will do, we will write first energy consumed in a day, energy consumed in a day. So the formula N into P into, since it is a single appliance, so in place of N it is 1, power is 400 and time is 8, it is 3200 and watt hour. It will come 3200 watt hour in a day. Okay, this is consumed energy consumed in a day. Now energy consumed in 30 days. Energy consumed in 30 days. So it will be 3200 into 30. It will come 96,000 watt hour. But see, when answer is coming in watt hour, but this is not the commercial unit. We have to calculate the energy consumed in kilowatt hours, and the cost is given accordingly. So first we'll convert this in kilowatt hour, or we can write energy consumed E equals to 96,000 divided by 1000 watt kilowatt hour. Now it will convert into kilowatt hour. So how much it will be? 96 kilowatt. So this is the amount of energy consumed. Now we have to find out the cost of electricity at 3 rupees per kilowatt hour. That is already given. So the cost, therefore cost of electricity, equal at rupees 3 per kilowatt hour equals to 96 into 3 equals to 288 rupees 288. This is the cost of electricity. Okay, this way the power topic is also finished. Now here we have some questions for practice. First we'll do some MCQ questions, then some numericals we'll solve. The MCQ question basically from this chapter are not very difficult. So here we start. First question: if the current flowing through a fixed resistor is halved, the heat produced in it will become. So it is, what is there? If the current flowing through a fixed resistor is halved, we know the formula of Joule's law of heating, H equals to I square R T. So here we can see जो heat है वो proportional किसके है? If I write it like this, heat is proportional to square of current. फिर definition जब हम कहते हैं इसकी heat Joule's law of heating की, तो heat जो है वो directly proportional है square of current के. तो इसका मतलब heat और current का जो ratio है वो square के form में. अब यहाँ पे क्या दे रखा है? If the current flowing through a fixed resistor is half. Now what we do, H dash we write it, and only the change in current. So it is half, means the new current is I by 2, and the square of this and R into T. So when we do H dash equals to now I square upon 4 into R into T, or we can write H dash equal to 1 upon 4 I square RT, and in place of this I square RT you can write H. So the H dash will be now 1 upon 4 H. तो आंसर सिंपल हो गया कि जो नया रेजिस्टेंस है, नया हीट है, सॉरी, जो हीट प्रोड्यूस है वो पहले वाली हीट के कितना होगा? 1/4. तो आंसर क्या होगा आपका? The heat produced it will become 1/4. The answer A will be the correct answer. Now move to the next one. The coil of a wire contained in an electric heater is known as, I think, very simple question. The first option, second one, the third one, and the fourth option. So which is the correct one? भाई जो इलेक्ट्रिक कॉइल है इलेक्ट्रिक हीटर्स में, वो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? सिंपली वी यूज द वर्ड एलिमेंट ऑफ द हीटर. तो आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? एलिमेंट. नाउ वी कम टू द नेक्स्ट वन. इन द नेक्स्ट वन, when a current I flows through a resistance R for time t, the electrical energy spent is given by. I think this is also a very simple question. When a current I flows through a resistance R for a time t, I current है, R resistance है, time t तक flow कर रहा है, तो इसके जो electrical energy spent means electrical energy, heat, all are the same thing. Electrical energy spent means heat produced. So the H will be I square RT, Joule's law of heating. So here the answer, the correct answer will be this, I square RT. Now the next one, a cooler of 1500 watt 220 volt and a fan of 500 watt 220 volt are to be used from a household supply. The rating of fuse to be used is. अब देखो आपको क्वेश्चन समझना है, पहले क्वेश्चन को अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे. एक कूलर दिया हुआ है 1500 वॉट का एंड एक फैन दिया हुआ है 500 वॉट का। अब एक ही सर्किट में यूज हो रहे हैं दोनों, यानी कि जो पावर है वो अब यहाँ पर, क्योंकि दोनों अप्लायंस हमें पता लगाना है कि जो इस सर्किट में दोनों अप्लायंसेस जुड़े हुए हैं उसमें जो हमें फ्यूज वायर लगाना है उसकी कैपेसिटी कितनी होनी चाहिए। तो हम जब फ्यूज वायर की कैपेसिटी कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो हमें इन दोनों अप्लायंसेस की पावर को कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा एक साथ। तो तब हम क्या करते हैं, इन पहले टोटल पावर P इक्वल्स टू हो जाएगा P1 प्लस P2, P1 कोई भी ले सकते हैं आप, 1500 प्लस 500, it will be 2000 watt and voltage is given, both are working at 200 volt. So how much rating means the current capacity to tolerate amount of current, that I will be फॉर्मूला P इक्वल टू VI से हम इसको फॉर्मूला क्या बन जाएगा, I इक्वल्स टू P over V, and when we calculate it 2000 upon 200 equal to it comes 10 ampere. So the rating of the fuse should be used is 10 ampere or a slightly more than 10, at least 10 ampere तो आपको लेना ही पड़ेगा, इससे कम नहीं ले सकते। ठीक है, तो रेटिंग ऑफ फ्यूज वायर निकालने के लिए आपको ये निकालना है कि उस सर्किट में हम जो फ्यूज वायर लगाएंगे उसकी कैपेसिटी कितनी होनी चाहिए, कितना रेटिंग का फ्यूज वायर होना चाहिए, कितना करंट टॉलरेट कर सकता हो। तो मिनिमम 10 एम्पियर का लगाना पड़ेगा, इससे 11-12 एम्पियर का भी लगा सकते हैं, बट मिनिमम 10 एम्पियर रेटिंग का आपको फ्यूज वायर लगाना पड़ेगा। तो इसको कैलकुलेट करेंगे, पहले हम करंट निकाल लेंगे, सर्किट में कितना करंट फ्लो होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंगली निकल जाएगा। तो सिंपल। Now the next is the heating element of an electric. I have not written the question numbers. Okay, just see. ऐसे ही हमें क्वेश्चन नंबर से क्या करना है, देखिए, the heating element of electric iron is made up of copper, nichrome, aluminium, iron. So it is nichrome. You all know it. Okay, the nichrome is an alloy which is used to pair the elements of heating appliances, especially the heaters and the electric iron. Commercial unit of electric energy is consumed is, I think you all know it, commercial unit is kilowatt hour. In class 9th already you have done. Next question. So now the MCQ, there may be some other MCQs also, but I have taken only this much here. Now we come to the numerical part. So the question is, a washing machine rated 300 watt is operated for 1 hour per day. If the cost of unit is rupees 3, find the cost of energy to operate a washing machine for the month of March. So when we talk about the month of March, that the days are now fixed, 31. So we'll take 31 days in case of month of March. अगर मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल होता तो हम 30 डेज लेते, डिपेंड करता है कौन सा मंथ दिया। अगर स्पेशली कोई मंथ नहीं दिया हुआ है, सपोज समटाइम इट आल्सो हैपेंस कि कोई मंथ ही नहीं दिया होता आपको, तो दैट केस यू टेक ओनली 30 days. So we start the question. A washing machine rated, the power of the power is given 300 watt, and if the cost and it is used for 1 hour per day, so the time is 1 hour. So here we write energy consumed in a day in a day, एक दिन में कितनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम होती है। Then the formula for energy consumed, E equal to P into T. We take E equals to N into P into T, but here if we see there is only one appliance, so we directly do it E equal to P into T, and then energy consumed in a day is 300 into 1 इक्वल्स टू 300 watt hour. देखिए अभी हमने यहाँ पर ऐसा यूनिट नहीं लिया, हमने सिर्फ watt hour अभी जो कैलकुलेशन है उसको लिया है. Now energy consumed for the month of March we have to calculate energy consumed in 31 days. In 31 days. So 300 into 31 and it will come 9300 watt hour. Now we because the cost is given per unit and 1 unit means 1 kilowatt hour, so we need to convert this in kilowatt hour, or energy consumed equals to 9300, and to convert in kilowatt hour we divide it by 1000, it will come 9.3 units or kilowatt hour. So you write it units also. Now the cost of electricity. Cost of electricity or electric energy or energy. Electricity equals to how much? Sorry, here we can write at rupees 3 per unit equals to 9.3 into 3. You will get the answer 3 3s are 9, 27, and the decimal place 1, rupees 27.90. This will be the cost of the electricity using the electric washing machine for 1 hour daily for 1 month of March. Okay, the cost of operating that, it comes rupees 27.90. Now we come to the next question. Okay, the next question is 400 joule of heat is produced in 4 seconds in a 4 ohm resistor. Find potential difference across the resistor. What is given? Heat produced, H equals to 400 joules. Time is given 4 seconds and the resistance is given 4 ohm. Find the potential difference across the resistor. So to find out the potential difference across the resistor, what we can do, first we find, because directly there is I think there is a direct relation to find out the potential difference. We can find out directly, and how we'll find out? We have a formula, H equals to V square upon R into T. So in this formula we have H, we have V, we have R, and we have T. All the values which are given and which is required, all that comes in this formula. So we will use this. Actually the joules law of heating is H equals to I square RT, but this we can change. Here in place of I we replace V upon R, so you will get this formula. So बहुत सारे फॉर्मूले जो आपको लगता है आपके उसमें बुक में आपको याद करने पड़ेंगे, उनकी जरूरत इसलिए है बिकॉज अगर ये नहीं मालूम होगा तो आपको इनडायरेक्टली इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, और अगर ये फॉर्मूला मालूम है तो डायरेक्टली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. सो बेटर टू लर्न द फॉर्मूला बिकॉज इनमें कोई खासा डिफरेंस नहीं है. अगर आप एक बार एक बेसिक कंसेप्ट को समझ जाएंगे तो सारे फॉर्मूले ऑटोमेटिकली दिमाग में ड्राइव भी हो जाएंगे आपके. ठीक है, तो करिए इसको आगे करते हैं. देखिए H इक्वल्स टू इट इज गिवन 400 and V square upon R is given 4 and into time is given 4 seconds. Okay, it's given 4. Then V square here it will be 400 into 4. 4 cancel by 4. Already we can do this also. So 4 cancel by 4. So here where V is written, This 4 we can erase now. So next V will come now under root 400 and the answer will be 20 volt. So this is a simple way to solve the question. For 20 volt will be the answer. Write it answer. Now come to the next one. In the next question, which material is used to make heating coils in electric home appliances and why? I think you can write the answer of this by yourself also. So alloys are basically used, and in that nichrome is mainly used to make the coils of electric home appliances. Okay, and reason is because it has high resistivity, or we can say it has high resistance, or we can use the term resistivity, very high resistivity and high melting point. So this is why we use these alloys, or basically a nichrome, to make the coil of electric home appliances. Okay, move to the next question. An electric bulb is connected to 220 volt generator. The current flowing is 2 ampere. Find the power of the bulb and resistance of the filament. So whenever any question we have to solve, we write whatever the values are given. So here the values which are given, we can take the first. The bulb is connected to 220 volt generator. जो दिया हुआ है उसको लिखते जाओ सीधे सीधे. V equals to 220. It is 220 volt. The current flowing is 2 ampere. I equals to 2 ampere. Find the power of the bulb and resistance. We have to find out power and resistance. So the two things we have to find out. So first of all, we'll find out the power. Power P equals to VI. This is the simplest formula we know. Then P is to find out we have 220, I is 2 ampere. So it will be 440 watt. This is the first part we have solved. Now we have found R. So to find out R, I think the formula which we can use, you see this, V is there, I is there, we calculated P, but we have to calculate R again. So to calculate R, we only need these two. By using Ohm's law, we can find out the value of R. R equals to V over I, and 220 upon 2, and you will get how much? 110 ohm answer. Okay, this is how we can solve this question. Now come to the next. Define 1 kilowatt. I think this is a question of class 9th, but still it is in the syllabus, so we have to do it. Define 1 kilowatt hour. How is the unit of energy related to 1 joule? 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour. So 1 kilowatt hour energy consumed by an appliance of 1000 watt in 1 hour is called 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, it is the energy consumed. by an appliance, or in place of a single appliance you can take many appliances which combinedly form use a power of 1000 watt. Okay, the energy consumed by an appliance of 1000 watt in 1 hour, that is called 1 kilowatt hour. So unit in joules, simply it is an unit. So the this is a unit of energy. So here we will convert this unit of energy into another unit of energy, that is joules. ठीक है, ये भी एनर्जी की यूनिट है और जूल भी एनर्जी की यूनिट है, तो हम इस यूनिट को जूल में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. So how you will convert it? We do, in place of, we just change the values. 1 kilowatt hour, how we simply write it? 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt, and hour to be converted into seconds. In 1 hour, 60 into 60 seconds. Okay, then 1000, in place of watt you can write joule per second into 60 into 60 second. Second cancel by second, so it will be 36,000,000 zeros and 5 zeros, and that much joules, or you can write it 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. So you can directly learn this formula. If you don't want to do this, show the calculation, you can directly learn this formula. Not the formula, the unit or the value. Okay, 1 kilowatt hour is the unit, commercial unit of energy consumed, and the value of that in joules is 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. You can directly learn it, or but you should know the calculation. जरूरत तो पड़ती, कभी कैलकुलेट करने को आ गया तो आपको कैलकुलेट भी करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, नाउ वी मूव टू द नेक्स्ट. Find out the quantity of heat produced in a resistance of 10 ohm when a current is applied to it for 8 minutes. The question is given, find the quantity of heat produced. You have to find out heat produced in a resistance of 10 ohm. R is given 10 ohm when 2 ampere current is supplied for 8 minutes. I equals to 2 ampere, and the time for which the current supplied is 8 minutes. Okay, so to calculate the heat produced, I think the best way to find out the heat produced is by using the formula Joules law of heating. So here H equals to I square RT, the formula you will use here. Now the time is here given in which units? The time is given in minutes, but you need the time in seconds. In Joules law of heating में जो भी units हैं, time की unit इसमें क्या है? Second. So time you can change here. 8 minutes means 8 into 60 seconds, and then that will be 480 seconds. Okay, now time is 480 seconds. R is given 10 ohm, I is given 2 ampere. So by using the formula H equal to I square RT, you can find out the heat produced. H equals to I square means 2 square into R is 10 and T is 480 seconds. Then H equals to 4 into 10 into 480 seconds. Now we can, the combined unit will be joules, not this one, but the unit of, so one thing we can do, we can erase this unit because we are not writing for others also, so we will not write for this also. Finally, the unit that will come, that is joules will write here. Now H equals to 40 into 480, and this will give you 2 zeros, and 4 eights are 32, and 4 4 is 16, and 3 19. That much joules, or you can convert it in kilojoules and dividing by 1000, and that will come 19.2 kilojoules. So this is the answer. So here I think there are a variety of questions we have done for hitting effect of electric current, and MCQ type of questions are also we have done, and numericals, and some one marker question, other type of one marker question. So this is enough for the preparation of the topic for short questions and for MCQ question. There may be some other difficult questions from this topic also, some difficult numericals. But if we have to prepare this chapter, you simply need to prepare Joule's law of heating and the numerical based on that. Okay, thank you class.